The more I look at it, the more I'm like, what the fuck is this? Cucumber and avocado salad with chicken paillard? Yeah, it's a look. Paillard is a really, really old school French word that no one uses anymore, almost just like the dish, but it means to butterfly, flattened, and then fry. Which is what we're gonna do with chicken today. Very exciting. The only reason you wanna ever buy a boneless, skinless breast. And we're gonna serve that with a nice crunchy salad, and it's gonna be great. Beautiful chicken breast right here. And then this is...
Oh, that sound. Yeah.
There's a seam on that side, which is the side we're gonna cut. Okay, so we're gonna cut this in half. Almost 80% of the way. And if you go too far, it's fine. And then we're cutting from that side because typically when you buy chicken breasts, this side of the breast is less butchered. So, just like this is fine. And even if we go through it, it's no problem. This will fill up the holes. Seam side is where we're cutting, 80% of the way through, very easy. And then we just open it up like this. Okay, then onto the flattening part. All right, get yourself some plastic wrap, or not, you can get parchment, but today, I don't know, you can get parchment, but it will tear, and it's not so fun when it tears anymore, because then you get chicken everywhere. So chicken breast this is. I'm just gonna do cut side up, but it doesn't matter. And then more plastic wrap on top. We don't say fuck the planet here because we say nature's best. And then get a mallet or anything that's heavy flat bottomed. And then we're gonna slime it. The idea is not to tear this chicken and transform it into like a non-chicken shredded thing. We're just gonna pound it, tenderize it a little bit, sort of even out. So it's one even layer, and then that's it.
A few moments later.
It's nice and even now. Nothing crazy. It's probably about 1/4 of an inch everywhere. And that's good. Salt. And then we'll leave that at room temperature until we're ready to cook it. It's beautiful. We'll clean up this mess, and then we will be making some really lovely compound butter. Compound butter, very much like chicken paillard, is one of those dishes that you don't see, those things that you don't see anymore. But compound butter is really exciting because you can sort of use bits and scraps of older herbs or herbs that you don't have enough of to make something else, turn them into compound butter and then put them in the fridge, and then it's good pretty much forever because it's stuck in pure fat. So for our compound butter, I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm doing just tarragon, caper, and butter. All right, so let's do it. Let's do 1 whole stick of butter. For the capers, I have some really bougie capers here that were like salt cure capers. But if you don't have salt cure capers, just strain some capers that are in brine. For me, if you have salted capers, you have to soak them a little bit to remove some of the salt. We're gonna very, very roughly chop. Just one chop one way. And we'll do a little 90-degree, and we'll do one more chop the other way. Capers are going with the butter. Tarragon is one of those. It's such a lovely flavor. It's pretty strong. Not too many people adore tarragon, but I think mixed in a butter like this, in a small amount, can really, really take your dishes to the next level. I'm just gonna use a few sprigs of that I have. Pick it, chop it, and then add it to the butter. A little pinch of salt, and then we'll mix that up. Beautiful. Compound butter is made. The compound butter is made, the chicken is flattened. The only thing we're gonna do separately is cut a shallot. We're gonna thinly slice a shallot because it won't cook as much. It will need a lot more cooking than the actual compound butter. We got everything ready. We got the compound butter, the onion, we got the chicken, and we're ready for cooking the chicken. Cooking the chicken, super easy. I got 2 hot skillets, and you want to use thick pans because you want them to recover as quickly as possible from losing heat from adding chicken into it. And they've been over high heat for quite some time. I'm gonna do a nice drizzle of neutral oil. I'm using safflower oil. And then for the chicken, I'm gonna do cut side down first because I like the way the grain of the cut chicken kind of looks, and that's gonna be the presentation side. So drop it in the hot pan away from you, just so you don't get splashes. And we'll let that go for probably 6 to 8 minutes on one side, and then we'll flip it for a couple minutes on the other. I'm cooking more on one side to get really a lot of color and a nice crisp on one side. We'll flip it and just make sure it's cooked all the way through. And I don't want to cook it too much on the second side because I don't want it to get rubbery, and that's what happens if you really get a crust on both sides. So while this is going, we'll make a really, really easy, beautiful, crunchy salad to serve on the side of this. A few Persian cucumbers, real chunky. Turn a quarter turn and then slice down at an angle. To this, we'll do an avocado. I never want to use avocado because I always think everyone's going to judge me as a basic Becky. But I think with the cucumber, like you have a fatty element, the chicken, the crunchy cucumber, it's all there. The nicest balanced meal. We'll do some little chunky pieces like this. Olive oil, do half of a lemon. Fancy salt. Just a gentle toss to not bruise the avocados. And then that's a really simple, beautiful, crunchy but creamy side salad. So you see now the chicken has been going for 8 minutes. It's got a crispy edge, and you see it's starting to be almost cooked kind of all the way around, leaving this raw part. We're gonna flip that and just kiss it on the other side to finish the cooking all the way through. 2 to 3 minutes. So chicken is cooked all the way through. It's got a beautiful crisp, and I got some plates ready. I'm gonna let it rest in those plates. Perfect. So I'm actually just gonna scratch one of those pans and use this pan right here to build the sauce. I'm gonna remove some of that oil from cooking and then add in my shallot. Still going over high heat because we want to get some brown bits. Your sauce is going to take probably 4 minutes, and that's the right amount of time that your chicken needs to rest before eating it. Shallots are looking nice and golden here, and that's good. So still in the hot pan comes the compound butter, which, let's be real, for 2 people, let's do half of a stick of butter. And the goal here is not going to be to brown the butter. We're just going to melt everything. The herbs are going to quickly, gently fry in the butter. And then we're going to have this really aromatic sauce. I mean, it already smells pretty delightful. So once everything is melted, like this, we see all this bubble here comes from the caper and then the moisture of the herbs. Just turn it off. Listen to the helicopter, and take half of a lemon, the other half of the lemon from the salad, and then finish the sauce with this. And look good. This is going on our chicken. Oh my God. Chicken Paillard, come on! Very simple. When you look at it, it looks beautiful and complex, but the amount of ingredients that you needed to buy were so little. A couple chicken breast, a shallot, 2-3 Persian cucumbers, half of like 1 avocado, and you have this really beautiful, 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 beautiful elevated meal. Which takes me to the credits. I need to give credit to my boyfriend because if it was just for me, I would eat roasted chicken thighs every day, any day. But he's a bit tired of it, and the other day he was like, can you just do something maybe with the chicken breast and then pound it and fry it in the pan? And that takes me to this dish, which I think is a great alternative to eating chicken. It's beautiful, it's healthy. With the addition of some cute, old school French technique like a compound butter and like frying some shallot, making a quote unquote pan sauce. And then you have this very, very elaborate. You have this very elaborate tasting dish that is freshened up, I would say is a pretty 2021 dish, you know? Okay, I can't wait to eat this. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Goodbye, see you next week.